Day 59 in Stocky Mickwell's adventure started off with a little bit of base work. Then he started work on studying towards one of his long-term goals, which is to be able to maintain his own vehicles. So he read a book, grabbed episode 1 of Car Zone, which he picked up in the video store the other day, and he spent the afternoon just chilling by the TV. Later in the evening he went to place a few more traps down to catch rabbits for food. And then he was back on the books for the rest of the night. It was much of the same on day 60, heading out first thing to pick up the rabbits that he'd caught in his new traps. And then it was time for another episode of Car Zone. Stocky closed out the day chopping down a couple of trees so that he had something to build the rest of the perimeter fence with. And on day 61 he began work on finishing that off. It was getting late by now, so Stocky spent the rest of the evening just chopping trees down, ready for day 62, when he headed out first thing to try and finish off the northwest corner. Unfortunately, nails were in very short supply, so he wasn't able to quite finish the job this time, so he spent the evening just digging a few more furrows to plant some seeds. And then day 63, he remembered a little maintenance building over in the middle of the golf course. One box of nails would do it, but there were none to be found. Now, Stocky did know where he was likely to find a lot of nails. It was going to be dangerous, it was going to be a bit of a mission. It seems like high risk for not a lot of reward, but it was going to have to be done. So that's what he did on day 64. This storage facility was the first place that came to mind when Stocky was trying to think of where he might find these nails. Just had a little bit of clearing out to do first, and then he could get into those garages. And then the very first one he went in, he wished he hadn't. Now luckily, this whole place is fenced off, so the only way any zombies are going to get in here is through this gate. So this is not a total disaster, but we do still need to be careful. Let's give Stocky some distance and then we can assess from afar. So there is quite a range on the sound of those damn alarms. We are going to have somewhat of a mess to clear up. Okay, that's the first lot that were just following us because of the sound of our engine. Let's see if we can approach quietly and incognito and assess the damage. Yep, just as we thought, more zombies than we hear a minute ago. Go on, Stocky son, twat 'em. Oh, we haven't even got back into the place yet. Okay, I think we are clear. Stocky's a bit knackered, so it's probably a good idea to have a little bit of a sleep. Refreshed from his afternoon nap, Stocky brought the car inside. He had a couple more zombies to kill. And then the loot was quite disappointing, to be honest. There was not a single box of nails in any of these garages. Did find a little bit of fishing gear, so that'll come in handy maybe. And it turns out we had one box of nails on this random ute just stuck, broken down in the yard, and then a sledgehammer as well. So we'll take that. That'll come in handy later on today. But it wasn't all bad because we have found another generator, and we'll use that to stick at the petrol station so that we don't have to take our one from home to go and power that place up every time we want to refill. So we can just leave that there, and wouldn't you know it, we just found another one as well. So we have 3 generators in our possession, but it's getting late, Stocky's getting tired, and we haven't finished looting yet, so let's stop here overnight. Carry on day 65. Now, on theme with yesterday, there was fuck all loot in the rest of those garages, so Stocky headed up to the garage to go and try and get that generator down, only to find a fuck ton of zombies all migrating to the west, which I assume is because of that gunfire we heard. If we have one thing going for us right now, I think the fog might actually be helping, because it is going to shield us a little bit from the zombies' view. So with that said, let's see how many we can clear up and see if we can get access to the garage. And I think this situation warrants getting the old machete out. Okay, I think we are clear. Let's get the generator, stick it down, plug it in, grab a little bit of gas out of the car so that we can power the generator, turn it on, get the gas pumps going. We filled up a few gas cans from the car, and then we had to switch it around because the bloody nozzle is on the other side. So, here we go. I think we just about got away with it. Now it's still early in the day, so let's swing by the warehouse down here and see if this is going to be worth taking on. I don't know. We've met today's objective, we've got our nails. Let's call it here, and we'll come back another day to get the warehouse. Let's get back to base, finish off the fence. And there we have it. One secure base. So after a big day, Stocky didn't feel like doing much on day 66, so he just spent most of it tarting the place up, grabbed a couple of deck chairs and a table from the pool to stick up on the balcony up here, grabbed a couple of pot plants from elsewhere in the country club, and just added a little bit of world building decor. Back inside, Stocky decided to shut this area off, building a wall, mainly so that we could have another couple of cabinets up here, because he did pick up these drinks cabinets from downstairs in the ballroom, which when filled up with booze, look awesome. Day 67. After an easy one yesterday back at base, it was time to get back over to the warehouse and see what we might find. With the area clear, we were free to bring the car around. And when I say clear, I never really mean clear. Anyway, let's get in this one first. And here we go, the mother load. These boxes are all going to be filled with tools, equipment, resources, basically everything and anything Stocky might need in terms of crafting and construction for the foreseeable future. So after a bit of a look around, grabbing the easy stuff, we went out to go and clear a path to the car so we could bring the car inside and just load up. Now looting all these boxes is not quick work, and it's getting late, so Stocky decided to shut himself in and spend the night looting and loading up the car, grabbing all the stuff he thinks he might need, with a special emphasis actually on metalwork, because he wants to spend a bit of time building that skill so that he can actually maintain and repair his cars, and also give himself something to do over the winter. Wood glue is important for repairing tools. That's something that's been very scarce up until now. And you never know when a snow shovel might come in handy, although I've got a suspicious feeling I know when. So, day 68, a short drive across the car park to another smaller warehouse via these knobheads. More of the same, killing zombies, opening garages, having a look in boxes, and just grabbing all the good shit. And then, as if by some divine reminder why it's a good idea to work on your mechanic skills, Stocky got a flat on the way home. But that was enough action for today. Stocky spent the evening just relaxing, planting some more seeds, making the most of the rain, again so that he doesn't have to bother watering this shit. And then Stocky went on a bit of a wild goose chase, checking all the cars in the car park at the country club to try and find a jack that he thought he'd seen somewhere. So if he's going to put a new tyre on the car, then he's going to need one. But for some reason, God knows where he thought he saw it. It wasn't in the cars, it wasn't in the cupboards at home. He's going to have to go and find another one. But that'll be a task for another day, because he spent the rest of today working on his electronics skill. Because 1 point in electronics, plus the skill points that he's already got in mechanics, means that he can hotwire cars. And then day 70 is the day when he got that point. So Stocky only needs to be armed with a screwdriver and a can of gas, and he can head out and basically take any car he wishes. The first one he went for was this white one in the car park at the country club. It's a bit of a doppelganger for his pimpmobile he's been driving around recently. Now excited for his new mechanic and hot wiring skills, Stocky got a bit of a flavour for the idea of building a little bit of a workshop back at base so that he can give himself a space to work on cars and practice his skills and just pass the time over the winter. So the morning of day 71 he went back over to the storage facility to go and grab that other generator that he found. But before he got that far, he had his eye on this little black van as well, which has got a lot better storage than the white car. Unfortunately, had to smash the window to get in because the doors were locked, but once in, he was able to hotwire it. And now the A-Team van was Stocky's. He quite liked the look of this little tool chest as well, so he grabbed that, chucked it in the back of the van, and then went back to get the generator. Now with all this gear that he's been picking up the last couple of days, there's just one more thing that Stocky needs to acquire, and that is the car jack we spoke about a minute ago. Luckily there was an auto body shop just across the road from the warehouses, and we know for a fact that there's no alarm on this because we've already tripped it a few days ago. When it was time to get a looting, Stocky was shocked to find just one jack in this whole place. But in the words of Jack Black, one is all you need. Anyway, Stocky carried on clearing out the place of anything that he might need later, and then headed back over to the warehouse because the van was half empty. And there was plenty more shit to pick up over here. So with the van full of goods, he headed back home to base, and this time he went around the back. Because the idea that he had for his little car workshop involves the ballroom of the country club, which is just the other side of this wall here. However, he had to stick a generator down in a bit of a weird position to get it close enough to the light switch of this big ballroom, but having it up on the balcony there did the trick, and this is it. Welcome to the new workshop. Doesn't look like much yet, but we'll soon change that, starting now on day 72. First things first, we had to knock a hole in the wall, and And then we killed 2 birds with 1 stone, chopping down a few of the overgrown trees that have started popping up, using the wood to build a double door. Manoeuvred these first couple of vans into position. Got our first little bit of storage down, and then we started filling it up with all the crap that we brought back from the warehouse. Day 73, bit of a cruisy one again, reading some books, doing some farming, harvesting more cabbages than I know what to do with, quite frankly. Then hot wiring our first car from the country club car park. This is going to be a bit of a practice vehicle to build Stocky's mechanic skill on. I don't know how we're going to get out of here after we've fucked it up, to be honest, but there we go. Day 74. Stocky dressed the part in his overalls to get going, training his mechanics. And then, because the rain still hasn't fucking stopped, he decided to make the most of it again and plant some more crops. Now, it's been a long few days for Stocky, and he deserved a little bit of downtime, so he grabbed a bottle of bourbon, chugged the whole thing, and then he fell asleep in front of the TV.